Who's been running marathons? Who's been running sprints? Raise your hand. I see quite many hands there. That's good. Doing a business, building a business, building a startup, building a growth company is a marathon. It may have sprints, but it's a long journey. And you cannot sprint your way to the marathon. It doesn't just work. And when you're building, for example, a software product, there are times when things are a bit dull. Maybe you're building the foundation, there's not much excitement because, well, there's not much to see. It's just building those blocks which you need. But later on, you might come with a release product which gets to the customers and they get excited. They may even post YouTube videos and share the good news and the excitement, how their life has become so much better on social media. And this might cheer up your team as well. Because now it's visible, other people are seeing the value of what you've been doing, maybe months, even years. So it's tangible, visible. And it's important to stop for a while. Even in marathons, you might even stop for a tiny little bit if you're not really that competitive. And take a break, eat something or do something and then keep on going. Or just to take a technical break, if you will. Sprints, you don't do that. So it's important to understand that you cannot just be like a machine, continuously, monotonously, just keep on hitting at the same speed all the time. It doesn't work. You actually need to alternate. You need to change the speed. You need to do things. Sometimes there's a deadline and you need to actually sprint. And it's okay. That's giving a bit of dynamic change to the pace, what you're doing. But then when you've been doing sprinting, it's important to understand that you need to rest a bit as well. You need to take a slow pace. And how to do this type of alternating is a skill. And it's an important skill. Because you have a team, you have people, and we get bored, we are not always motivated. And then you have objectives as well. You need to achieve things. And sometimes there are deadlines. They could be like hard deadlines in the sense that you're running out of money. So it's a very good idea to get a bit more money, raise some funds, or start to do more sales. And that's the sprinting mode. Or there's a new release coming, you promise that, this is the new release date, and then you just have to push in order to make the deadline. But there's also time when you understand that we have done this long enough. And now it's time to move to something else. It doesn't get better. There's no significant change anymore coming. It's good enough. Let's move on. Let's focus on some other stuff. And this is another aspect in the marathon. There's a time to move on. Time to change the mode completely. Maybe you're running so fast, too fast, and you understand that you cannot actually finish the race if you don't walk for a bit, just a tiny bit, to get your house in order, get things working again, or stop for a while and consider that, okay, are we still doing the right things? Has something else changed while we were sprinting or pushing things forward? And marathon is also about navigating. Well, if you're doing it in a massive event, it's rather easy to follow other people and know where you're going. But if you're just doing it like a freestyle way, and startup building is a freestyle way, so you need to navigate as well. And you need to see what's important this week, this day, today, next week, next month, 6 months, 3 months, half a year, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. Where should I be? What are the real achievements, what I need to achieve to be somewhere. Because the environment is changing as well. Technology is developing, customers are doing different things, they demand different things. Everything is in dynamic change all the time. And if you just have an objective 2 years ahead and you're just pushing forward and then you just wake up and see that, okay, where the world is, be ready now, tada, it may not work too well. And this is another thing, when you're running a marathon and you can become a bit dull with your pace, you're just pushing forward 1 kilometer after another. And it's becoming monotonous. I see that happening with the teams. I see that happening with companies as well. They think they're doing great. They are doing amazing things. But when you see them a bit further away, you don't meet them maybe weekly, even monthly. And you compare what happened year before, what happened 6 months ago, where are they now, what has changed, or even a few years have passed. What has changed? What has happened? And if the answer is not that much, or I thought they were further ahead, or I thought that they already did solve that problem, or they still don't have these revenues, or they still don't have these customers, or the product is not ready, or whatever it is, that sends a signal as well. Of course things are hard. Of course there are things internally what people who are looking a bit from the outside don't know. But I think it's also a good reality check to see that, are you in the right marathon? Are you running it in the right pace? Are you in the marathon for the same reasons when you started? Or has something changed? And when you finish you're in the final line, finish line, and you think about what have you achieved. It's also important to celebrate a bit. Okay, we have now achieved this goal, and let's just pause for a while and think about it, because that's also easy to forget. To celebrate even tiny things, maybe 10K, 20K, halfway through. Hey, we did this amazingly. Well, look at that customer feedback. That was amazing. We did a good job. We should be so proud of ourselves. Take breaks. Enjoy life. Enjoy the journey. Because you don't know what happens when you finally get there. So it's better to look the scenery, have fun while you can, and put your comments. Let me know, what do you think? How's your marathon going? How can you make it better? How can I make it better? Any crazy stories? Let me know. Till next time.